Check for a record. Check for a record. What's going on, man? It's Marci from Boston, man. Be checking for a record in Brooklyn, New York. This king, his name is Ja King, J.A. King, the Divine. I think his mom's named him. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to his mom. Shout out to all the moms out there, because every day's Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? But like she blessed the mic on one of the tracks. You know what I'm saying? With some kind words, and then she did some. I think she did some scriptures or some poetry, kind of like in one of, like at the end too, of one of the tracks. So let's get into it, man. Let's talk about the young gentleman. You know what I'm saying? The king from Brooklyn. So basically, Pray for New York. It came out 8/25/20. So not long ago. It's about 25 minutes, 22 seconds. It's not that long. You know what I'm saying? Good listen though, man. It's really jazzy, up tempo, down tempo. Got a lot of like. Sounds like I got a lot of live instruments in it. You know what I'm saying? It's really funky, man. Really a funky album to listen to. Really something that you can listen to while cleaning up in the house or listen to in the car. It's like one of those albums you can just like, you know what I'm saying, just consume, and then you're gonna reconsume because it's like a replay. You're gonna just replay, just put replay on it and just let it run. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it for a little bit. Let's talk about the young king first. You know what I'm saying? He's only 20 years old and he's running around with like 19, 20-year-olds. They're young. I ain't gonna say it. You know, they're young, running around going crazy. But guess what? This dude has a head on his shoulders, though. So if you listen to these lyrics, it's not just like trap music and he's running around talking about women all day. He got a message, man. He got a message, and you guys gotta listen to him. That's why he's on Check for the Record. I ain't gonna listen. I don't put no corny people on Check for the Record. I don't put no corny people on album reviews. Listen, I don't waste my time. You know what I'm saying? So I was listening to this guy. I found him on Instagram. And I was actually listening to one of his albums from last year. He got an album from last year I was listening to called, you got to check it out too. It's called Growing Pains. And it came out October 25th, 2019. I'm going to just tell you a couple favorite tracks on that album that I like. I'm going to just say 4 of them. I think it's like 8 or 9 tracks. But I'm going to give you my 4 of my favorite from the last year album. Then we're going to get into this one. I like the Introspection. I like the Sunbeam. I like the Sean and Marlon's Gems featuring Be Light. Shout out to Be Light. And Safety. So I'm going to give you 4 tracks from last year's album that was dope. So go check for that album. Let's get into it, man. So this guy's from Brooklyn, New York. And he got a movement from out of Brooklyn, New York and Long Island. He's creating a record label called Divine Records. He's really doing his thing, man. He's independent and he's doing his thing. That's what you got to do. Nowadays, artists got to be independent. They got to make that bag. You know what I'm saying? Signing with these record labels, create your own record label, man. You know what I'm saying? Get out there. So shout out to the young king doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Getting that money. You know what I'm saying? Start doing the merch too, man. Do your merch. You know what I'm saying? Do all that. You know, do the album vinyls. You know, press the album vinyls. That's a lot of people are selling album vinyls. So start doing it for like this album, maybe last year's album. You know what I'm saying? Sell some shirts, man. I'm telling you, man. That's where it's at. But so he grew up listening to 70s funk, 80s soul, and psychedelic rock. That's a crazy combination, you know what I'm saying? Actually, the funny thing, I grew up listening to all that too. And he's 20. I'm like, yo, hold on. How you listen to stuff I listen to? You know what I'm saying? I grew up on, you know what I'm saying? But he's in tune, let's put it that. He's in tune with the music. He's in tune with the oldies. And he's in tune with trap music. He's in tune with, you know, what's going on now. And that's what this album's about. It's called Pray for New York. It came out 8/25/20. It's about 25 minutes, 22 seconds. Yo, Pray for New York. Like this, the title says it all, man. Like when you start getting into the album, you know what I'm saying? But like, let's get back to the review. So he loves the 90s music. So, like you could tell, like you could if you listen to some of the music, you're gonna go, okay. He's influenced all the stuff I just said, the 70s funk, the 80s soul, psychedelic rock, and the 90s music. You can tell he's like in tune with music, period. You know what I'm saying? And you can hear the influence in his rhyme flow, his lyrics, and just the music that he uses and chooses for flowing off of. You know what I'm saying? This guy's in college still. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to college, shout out to learning, shout out to keeping the brain sharp. Read and write, kids. Stop playing, man. Read and write. Everybody read and write, not just the kids. And he works, so he's holding down a job. He's in college. He reminded me of my daughter. My daughter's doing so much stuff like that too. Shout out to my daughter too. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink, baby. Not gonna say your name on here because I want people looking for you. You know what I'm saying? But yo, let's get back to this album though. So it's basically the concept and idea of this album. It was during the pandemic. Like this is when he kind of like when it kind of first started, and he started like really writing to this album during the actual middle of the pandemic when everybody was like going bananas. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't know what left from right. When it was a crisis. Right now it's more calmed down. People like more, they kind of like, okay, we don't have to wear gloves all the time. We just got to clean our hands. Just wearing masks to respect each other, because before, you got to think about a couple of months ago, we were ready to kill people. We were ready to like do so much stuff. It was insane, you know what I mean? And there's still a lot of that going on. And this is what the album's about. The album's about what's going on now, the times now. Not just the pandemic, not just the disease that's going around. He's talking about police violence. He's talking about, bringing love back to the city or just to the world in general. You know what I'm saying? So I'm shout out to this album, man. Shout out to this album already, man. I won't be checking for it if it wasn't good. Like I said, this dude's 20 years old, man. He's spitting lyrics that you would think, like, give me an example. Nas album. He's spitting mature lyrics like Nas. You know what I'm saying? Like he's 20 and he's spitting mature lyrics. Like most 20-year-old rappers, what they doing? Trap. They doing all that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the king, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the king. And check him out on Instagram. Joaquin the Divine. Look him up, you know what I'm saying? You see like his, his flow and stuff like that. But check this out, man. Let's get into the album, man. Let's get into this, like, what is it, 8 tracks? This one's 9 tracks. Let's get into the album. I'm gonna give you track by track listing of how it went down. The first title is Meth Said It. Meth Said It, not like meth the drug, but Method Man, right? Basically, Method Man's basically talking about responsibility of artists and people that are heard. So like somebody like a Nas or somebody like a Dr. Dre or whoever's in the limelight. You know what I mean? Whoever has a voice. So he has a voice. He's an MC. People are listening to his albums. People are listening to him speak because he has the mic. You know what I mean? And he's basically speaking for the billions of people on the planet that don't have a voice. And that's what like Method Man's kind of saying in the message. And it's basically a great intro to what he's trying to conduct on this album. So second track, because that's not really a track, it's Meth kind of talking over the beat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Meth and the Wu-Tang. I just did a Wu-Tang review too. You know what I'm saying? With Tri Burrow. So go check that out. You know what I'm saying? So it's not on my YouTube yet, but I'm gonna download and get it on there soon. But go on Tri Burrow's page and on YouTube and check that out. Second track, it's called Lady Liberty Draped in Red. So Lady Liberty, Statue of Liberty draped in red. So she's green and copper, whatever. She's melting. She looks like all type of colors now. But basically saying New York's in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like she's bloodied up, like she's shot up, she's in red. You know what I mean? Like basically saying the world's in a crisis. It's a pandemic. You know what I mean? So this is a smooth melodic track. Basically a cry for New York, and not just for New York, just for the world in general. Like he's shouting on New York. He's from New York, so he's gonna say New York, New York, New York, and all that stuff. But you can tell like he's talking about the whole world. You know what I mean? It's just a cry for New York, and cry for the world basically. Listen to the end of the track. It educates you and reminds you of how the world is not fair. Like he's talking about how, like I said, police violence or black on black violence or just like how the pandemic affects the black skin or black people more than it affects white people and stuff like that. Just talking about world events, and it's just key to what's going on. Like I said, this guy's 20 and he's talking about this stuff. You would think I'm telling you, would think he talk about women on every song or being rich on every song, but this guy's spitting jewels and gems, and I love it, man. Number 3, let me say, number 2's in my rotation. You know what I'm saying? Lady Liberty Draped in Red. Dope song, man, dope song. Number 3 is my rotation 2. It's called On and On. A little short, though. A little short. Could have been longer. Great vocal tone and smooth track. I do love this track. A bit short, like I said, but enjoyable. And I'm on Tidal. I listen to it on Tidal now. Tidal, I know what's going on Tidal, but like at the end of it, it's like a minute of blank space. You know what I'm saying? So Tidal, correct that, man. I don't know what y'all doing over there, man. Because like Tidal been doing some weird stuff, man. I don't know what's going on. Yo, Jay-Z, stop playing around, dog. All right, so the next track, number 4, Mr. Doomer. Mr. Doomer. This is it's jazzy with like a piano lace track. Like this whole album's kind of laced with like a jazzy feel, jazzy tone. You know what I'm saying? So like you could, like I said, you can listen to it throughout, and it's a good feeling. You know what I mean? It's a good, like one of those albums. It's an album. Like I told you, like in a couple other reviews, some artists just, oh, this is hot, and they put it up, and they put the album out, and then the album don't flow. This album flows. It's like a smooth, it's like, you know, like it's kind of like listening to one track. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, of course, they change the beat and the tempo and stuff like that. But it's like listen to one. It's like a smooth tempo, jazzy tempo. It's really good, man. So Mr. Doom is jazzy. It's another short track though, man. Come on, man. Give me some more verses. Give me some more longevity on the track. You know what I'm saying? It just leaves you wanting more. Number 5, Rock Marci. I'm guessing he's shouting out Rock Marciano. So shout out Rock Marciano. It's more of an up-tempo, pimpish track. This is when he get this. Listen, now he's showing his age. He's 20. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about the ladies. He's talking about basically, but this kind of still part of the song. Cause he's still talking. He's talking about like, you know, getting his bag and being focused and things like that and having goals. So he's trying to tell the women, yo, I'm concentrating more on all my goals and my ambitions. So right now, all I can do is be a player. I like the chorus to play. Yo, it's catchy. So check out that track. It's one of my in my rotation too. You know what I'm saying? And the title self-explanatory because Rock Marci, if you know who Rock Marciano is, most of his lyrics, most of his tracks, they're like pimpish. They're like, you know what I mean? He's the pimp, he's the man, you know what I mean? He's got that flow, you know what I mean? So I think that's why he's called him Rock Marci. So shout out to Rock Marciano. The funny thing is, like I told you, he got a track on here with his moms. He didn't put those tracks back to back. I know he he had to split them up. And when he split them up with number 6. So number 6 is More Food, Ode to Doom. Now I'm guessing when he's talking about Ode to Doom, I'm thinking about MF Doom. So I'm guessing that's one of his favorite MCs. I'm thinking Rock Marciano's one of his favorite MCs. But this MC right here is feeding us with like info, and he wants more. It's basically what this song's about. Is like he's craving information. He wants to eat information, but he's spitting information. He's sharing it too. He's sharing the information, but he's hungry for more. So more he eats, the more he delivers to us. That's what the track's about. So I like this track too. This is a nice track. Number 7. This is the track with his mom Duke. So Mama's Praying Hands. Mama's Praying Hands. She basically, you know, in the beginning she does a little intro talking about her son and Ja King talking about the name. So I think that's why I think she gave him that name, or she gave it to him or somebody in the family did, but I think she blessed him with that name. Dope name. You know what I'm saying? Dope hip hop name. And then like he spits, he goes in, you know what I'm saying? He's talking about loving his moms. Everybody give your moms a hug, man. Kiss your moms out there, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have moms, you know what I'm saying? Kiss someone else's moms, you know what I'm saying? Mom Dukes, man, forever. I love my moms, man. Shout out to my mommy, man. I feel like every time, I feel like a kid when I say mommy, yo. I feel like I'm 2 again, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to all the moms out there, you know what I'm saying? And then like she, at the end, she does a verse, not a verse, but she does like I think a scripture, a Bible verse, probably one of her favorite scriptures and stuff like that. So blessing her son again and stuff like that. So it's dope, yo. Check it out, you know what I'm saying? Number 8, Mike Tyson, but it's spelled M-I-C, Tyson and Golden Glove. So this is like a track, but it doubles up because it's like one of those tracks that changes the beat. Like it has a dope beat, and then all of a sudden it has a doper beat. Like, but he changes. You could tell like it's when it changes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like kind of 2 songs in one. So he gives us a double hit on this song. So shout out to Ja King on that. I like that. I like songs like that. Like when you kind of experiment, you flowing with a beat. And then you go, yo, let me change the tempo. So you change it up. I like it. You know what I'm saying? The whole album is like a good feel. It's a good feeling album. So y'all gotta listen to this album. Go check for this record. You know what I'm saying? Number 9 is the last joint. It's called Horns in Little Italy. And throughout this album, you hear a lot of the horns. You hear a lot of the jazz. You hear a lot of the pianos. You know what I'm saying? You hear the bass. And that's what I love about this album, man. It kind of bring you back. And it kind of it relaxes you. The funny thing, it relaxes me because I've been like having like these I don't know if the headaches or migraines, and this album relaxed me, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, like a boom bap album, you know what I'm saying, that I gotta turn down so I can review it later. This one I can listen to high, but it's because it's a smooth tempo, jazzy feel. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about the album. I'm really feeling it. You know, it's another jazzy influence track. Like I was saying, like earlier, the MC is very talented, and his messages, like I keep saying, his message for a 20-year-old. He's focused, man. He's talking about the world issues, the problems of America. You know, his issues, you know what I'm saying? The love for his moms. He's shouting out MCs that he admires. Great MCs, you know what I'm saying? And you can't go wrong with this, man. He's tuned into the world. And a lot of MCs out there not tuned into the world. And Ja King is. So shout out to Ja King, man. I really appreciate it, man. Hopefully you got some new music coming out. You know what I'm saying? The last album, like I said, was dope. So y'all got to go check out what I was saying, Growing Pains, that came out last year. Check out that album. And then check out this album, Pray for New York. King. Yo, you a king, man. You a king. You definitely a king. You know what I mean? So, all right, man. That's it, man. Check for a record. It's Marci Walker from Boston. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn. You in the house, baby. Ja King, man. Shout out, man. Love over hate, baby. Support if you can, man. Support the kid. One love.